All right, so please follow these steps exactly. The first thing you're going to do is go File, New. Make sure that this is inches, and we're going to do 3 inches by 3 inches by 300 pixels. Grayscale is fine. Okay, I lied. I'm going to do RGB color. Create that. All right. Then I'm going to open up the file I'm going to be copying. So I'm going to go to File, Open. I'm going to find it on my desktop. I'm going to open it. So this is the size, but I want it on a different document. So I'm going to hit Control A for select all, Control C to copy it, go to my original document, hit Control V as in Victor, and now I'm going to hit Control T as in Tom, and I'm going to shrink this down just so I can see what I'm doing. Perfect. All right. So I'm going to be doing everything on this layer. So I should have 2 layers now with a locked background. So I can see that the background on this is black. So I'm going to hit G for gradient, and then I'm going to go over and make sure that I have my paint bucket tool selected, and I'm going to make sure that I have black right here. And I'm going to flood fill. Great, so I have my black background. Now I need to go in and I need to make this shape, that I don't know, kind of circle oval shape. There are many ways to do this, but to start, I'm going to go to the elliptical marquee tool. I'm going to make sure that it's on normal. And I could go through and I could try to eyeball it by just kind of going like this, which actually isn't a bad idea to start. So I had 138 by 350 pixels. So that actually looks like a decent shape. So I want this to be specific though. So I'm going to hit Control Z. Instead of normal, I'm going to go to fixed size. So I'm going to go by 150, and we'll try 350 by 350 pixels. Let's click. Not bad. Okay, it doesn't have the points on the end, but we're going to go with that. All right, now I need to subtract. So right now, this circle is selected. It's the only thing I can do anything to. So I'm going to remove some of the selection from the center. Okay. In order to do that, I'm going to try to drop everything by 25 pixels. So I'm going to go 125 by 325. Then I'm going to click. But I'm going to place it right in the center. I think it's a little small, so I'm going to undo that. And I'm going to go down to 100 and 300. I go into the center, I click. I'm holding right now with my finger to drag, and I'm going to place that roughly in the center. There we go. So now the only thing that can currently be selected is the inside. So I'm going to flip this to white, go to brush. I'm going to use my bracket key to make it bigger, and I'm going to fill that in white. Okay. So we're going to call this one of the white parts. Okay. And so now I'm going to take this, and before I deselect it, I'm going to copy it, and I'm going to paste it. So Control C, Control V. So now I have this. So I'm going to pull that to the side, and I know this gets a little bit complicated. I'm going to switch my colors. I'm going to hit B for brush, and I'm just going to cover over what I just did. But I should do that on my layer 1, not my layer 2. There we go. All right, so I have one of these. I'm going to make sure that I have the layer that it's on, which is layer 2 selected. And I'm going to hit Control T as in Tom. I'm going to turn this. Now see how it shows the angle that it's turning. Now I can eyeball this and go to 45.01. what I'm looking for is 45, which I can type up in the angle. Okay. And then I can take this and I can move it, and we're going to move it nice and tight into that corner. Okay. Hit enter. Now I hit Control V once to make it. If I hit Control V, I get another one on layer 3. I'm going to hit Control T. And in this case, I'm going to make this one go this direction, 45 degrees. There we go. And this one is going to go right about that. Okay, so I can't get it quite where I want it, so I'm going to use my arrow keys to move it up and down. So I'm going to put that right there. Hit enter. And I'm going to get the other 4 in, and I'm doing the ones that are in the background right now. So Control V, Control T. This one I want this one I want this direction, which would be -45. And we'll place that. There we go. That's perfect because it shows the cross sections. Okay. Control V, Control T. This is going to be positive 45 degrees. Drag it over. That should be perfect. Okay, so these are the ones in the background. Now I need to place the ones on top. So again, I'm going to hit Control V, Control T. But this time, this one is going to do positive 45 degrees. So I'll place that right there. Now, interestingly enough, since that's selected, what I can do now is I can hit Control A, Control C, Control V. And it made another one, exactly like the first. Hit Control V again. I have another one, but now I need to turn it. So Control T. And I want this changed by 90 degrees. Move it. Sorry. There we go. And now I'm going to hit Enter. Control A, Control C, Control V. I just made another one. And comes right up here. Okay, so I have my first thing made. It's that simple. Now all I need to do is now I need to add the colors. All right, so this gets slightly more complicated. So what I would suggest doing here is first I need to take these layers and I need to smush them. Okay, but I don't want it to smush into this layer. Excuse me. So I'm going to hit B for brush, go down to my bottom layer, and I'm just going to erase this stuff. I have it in my mind now. I know what I'm going to do, so I'm going to do that. Okay. Then I'm going to go layer down to the very bottom, flatten image. Everything's one layer now. I'm going to use my magic wand. Or actually, rather than using the magic wand, let's use something else. I'm going to go select, color range, and I can pull this to the side, and I'm just going to click on the white. It's just going to select the white. And I want to bring this all the way up, make sure that it's selecting all the white. Hit OK. Great, all the white selected. Control C, Control V. Now I just duplicated. Awesome. Control V. That looks about right. Control V. Make sure I get the right set. There we almost had it. And there we go. Okay, so now I have them all set. Now I just need to deal with coloring. So with coloring, first I'm going to do is I'm going to go to layer and I'm going to flatten my image again. And this time I'm going to go through and I'm going to select everything in the back. To do this, I'm going to use my magic wand and I'm holding down Shift. In retrospect, I should have done this before because there are other ways to do it. But we can just do it this way. And I want to make sure that I have all the ones in the background selected. Again, I'm holding down Shift. Okay, before I mess up, I'm just going to color all of these. So I'm going to hit B for brush, and I'm going to choose a gray. So I'm going to go up to, let's make it a pretty light gray, maybe in here. And I'm going to color those all in. Deselect. Works for me. Okay. Now, again, what I need to do here is I need to go to my magic wand, which would be W. And again, I'm selecting all the ones in the background by selecting and hitting Shift. No, wrong one. Now, I of course could just make one of them colored, which would have been easier, and copy that one. But because I'm this far along, I'm going to go and grab all of them. All right. And again, I'm selecting the stuff in the background. B for brush. There we go. Control D to deselect. So I have all the basic pattern at this point. The only other thing that I might do, because I want to make this look a little bit more interesting, is I'm going to go up to a couple of things. I might try this, but I'm going to hit right-click on the background, and I'm going to duplicate the layer. I want to make sure I do it on a separate layer. I'm going to go through and do Edit, Transform, and we're going to distort. Let's see what we get. No, we don't like distort, do we? Nope. So we're not going to distort. We're going to try filter, distort. We're going to spherize it. That seems like a good idea. Yeah, let's do that. There we go. Now we have a winning image. I think it went a little bit too far, but again, filter, distort, spherize, and I'm going to pull the sphere down like that. That seems a little bit better. Okay, not enough. All right, so you need to do exactly this. It doesn't look like this. You gotta see me and do it until it does. That looks pretty good. And then finally, I'm just gonna, for fun, do filter, distort, and I'm gonna go to twirl. And let's twirl it that far. Yeah, that looks pretty cool. Okay, so now I have this pattern. Okay, there we go.